even if it's like 5 years from now. Like, we don't want our customers to come back 5 years from now and say, hey, it's nothing like moving in your new home and a good rain comes and you look in your backyard or your front yard and there's flooding.
Right.
Right. So that's what we want to prevent the
Yeah.
future,
Right.
any future mishaps as well.
So the specialty really there is with that land risk, right? And I think that's
Right.
something that often gets overlooked,
Right.
especially when you're talking about new construction, right? You could have the foundation settle and now you've got a crack running upside the home. And that's
Right.
a risk whenever you're doing a new construction, right?
Yes. Right.
Especially when you're spending millions of dollars to build, a luxury home. We have heard of a person being close to finishing, and because the company didn't do the due diligence for the land, they actually had to start over. And we don't want that. I mean, even if someone has the financial ability, that doesn't mean they want their money wasted.
Right. Of course.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guests, Jamie and Felecia Brown with JFB and Company, are luxury home builders serving the Charlotte market with a specialized focus on land stage risk. Services include luxury land auditing, evaluating topography, buyer alignment, and school district impact before capital is deployed. Their mission is to prevent time risk before it erodes investor returns. Welcome to the show, Jamie and Felecia.
Thank
And thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't mention this to you before hopping on here, but it does really seem like the Carolinas and, of course, Charlotte, the market that you're in, is one of the hottest real estate markets in the country.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, I've pretty much been living in Charlotte most of my life. I've been here pretty much. I am a resident, long-term resident. I've seen a lot of growth over the last few years. It's been phenomenal. It's as far as and crazy how fast it's
One of the interesting things that I've seen too is, I don't want to say that it's like a sleeper market, because everyone who I talk with will tell me, no, Charlotte's and the Carolinas have been booming for 20 years. But I think recently, and I don't know how long this trend has been going on, there seems to be interest from across the country in the Carolinas. Are you seeing that as well?
Oh, yes. You're definitely seeing. I see definitely a lot of people moving in here, enjoying the things that we have going on here. So yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of people, new faces, a lot of growth. And it's funny because most people that you meet now, when you tell them that you were born and raised here, or you've been here most of your life, they say, what? It's kind of shocking. And it's like, for most people now, or somebody that came in from other countries, other cities. So it's great. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's also exciting.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
A lot of that, not just people moving there, of course, military presence, but also investors from across the country who may
Yes.
be investing out of state. So they may be residing in one area and then investing in the Carolinas. Now,
Yeah.
when we talk specifically about the luxury custom home builder space, I'm a little bit of a fish out of water in this space. And so walk me through, the market, and also too, when folks are considering a custom home, is this something where they're already living in that Charlotte market and they may be upgrading, or might they be relocating from another area entirely?
It really depends. Some people that that are looking to upgrade because of their lifestyle, and some people just decided to move from where they're currently were residing at. So it really varies really as far as who's looking for our services. To be honest with you.
Now, if we can, I'd like to get a little bit granular here, Jamie, and walk through, from the cradle to the grave. What does a deal look like? If I'm interested in a custom home and maybe I don't even have the land, right? Would
Right.
you be able to assist me with, every step of that process, or do I really have to come with my ducks in a row up to that point, meaning I have the land and I have an idea of exactly what I want everything to look like?
Well, as far as for us, I mean, we pretty much assist the client or customer, like, in which we will contact, someone who's actually does the custom home building. We don't do that part of it, but we do a lot of the legwork and assisting them in regarding that process. I mean, for us, we was pretty much start with the land and the due diligence part. That's where we pretty much start at. 'Cause that's for us, that's the basis of everything, making sure that whatever the customer dream home or whatever their vision is, it can be supported by that land. So we do, thorough research on the land to make sure that everything goes according to plan and it goes smooth without any hiccups. That's one thing about us and what we do.
I mean,
Eh,
even if it's
Okay, got it. So just so that
even if it's like 5 years from now, like, we don't want our customers to come back 5 years from now and say, "Hey, it's nothing like moving in your new home and a good rain comes and you look in your backyard or your front yard and there's flooding."
Right.
Right? So that's what we wanna prevent in
yeah.
the future,
Right.
any future mishaps as well.
So the specialty really there is with that land risk, right? And I think that's
Right.
something that often gets overlooked,
Right.
especially when you're talking about new construction, right? You could have the foundation settle and now you've got a crack running upside the home. And that's
Right.
a risk whenever you're doing a new construction, right?
Yes. Right.
Especially when you're spending millions of dollars to build, a luxury home. We have heard of a person being close to finishing, and because the company didn't do the due diligence for the land, they actually had to start over. And we don't want that. I mean, even if someone has the financial ability, that doesn't mean they want their money wasted.
Right. Of course.
Now, if we can, when folks are reaching out to you both, are they in the process of uh, purchasing the land, or have they already purchased it and are saying, "Hey, is this something that we can build on?" I think a lot of times, and I'm speaking with a lot of investors who will do this, they'll have already bought the land, and it may actually be in a situation where this isn't really an ideal property for you to build on, even though you already bought it.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
So for us, I mean, we try to eliminate that. I mean, if a customer, we prefer them to actually look for the land, and then we can, just do the research first on the land before they even purchase. Because, like you said, you do run that risk if, for the project that what you're trying to put on that land, it doesn't work out. So we prefer that, before you purchase the land, let's do the research on the land first. Let's find out the history of the land. Make sure that the soil is not toxic, it's not eroding, that is whatever you're trying to put on it is going to work. Now, we're definitely gonna let you know if it's not gonna work. So we definitely do not want you to waste your money in this process. So I mean, that's why, like I said, we big on trying to get this due diligence part done first.
Yeah, and we've had customers who have not bought the land, and they actually want us to look in the area. So they'll say, we want land in the southwest part of Charlotte.
Right.
So we'll go look for land in that area. Rarely do we have clients that say, "Oh, I've already bought the land and I need someone to, do the due diligence."
Yeah, because that's almost, for us, it's almost like kind of like working backwards. Now you're praying that this land is actually going to work now. Because if you bought the land and there's an issue with the land, now you're sitting with a piece of property that you can't finish your project. Now it's like, well, I'm going to do with this land now
Right.
because this land I can't use it for this project. Right.
Don't be afraid to say no if the land is not going to work.
Right.
We'll find the land, but don't just take it because on the outside is, where you want it,
Or it looks
or it
great.
looks great.
Now I'm looking at, the buyer pool out there, and I'm imagining that these are a lot of people who this is going to be their forever home potentially, right? If you're building a high-end custom home, then
Right.
this is something where you're going to be planning on living there a very long period of time. Are these mostly, that type of buyer, someone who this is their dream home basically that they're planning on building?
Yes, I would say yes. I mean, definitely not, a starter, starter home, which, we have no problem with that as well. Working for clients, who want to start a home, but mostly, yeah, those who are looking to settle,
Right.
build something, legacy, leaving it to their children if they have children. So I would say yes.
Now, if we can pivot a bit here, I would like to ask you about how investors play a role in this. So, when folks are looking for their forever home,
Mhm.
they're also maybe going to be considering, hey, do I want to go custom and do I want to go high end luxury? Or do I want to go with, a property that may be rehabbed at a lower price point, but that
Mhm.
is a pre existing structure? Or do I want to rehab a property myself? And then also, too, I know as well, you've got lots of, new subdivisions being built throughout the country, and I believe in the Carolinas as well.
Yeah.
So when folks are looking at their options, custom ground up construction being one of them, are they also looking at some of these other, segments of real estate, including potentially buying a pre-owned home and then rehabbing it? Or do they tend to shy away from that because that seems like maybe something that may be a potential headache or something that they wouldn't feel comfortable?
I think the key word, like you said, is investor. If they're looking to invest, they probably would build more of a rehab, right?
Right.
I don't foresee any investor, just investing in a custom built home just to put somebody else in it or to rent it out, unless they want to use it as like a venue, and or high-end venue, for like weddings or something like that. But typically, it's for those who actually want to move in the property.
Right.
So when it comes to
Right.
investors, I would say we really don't work with a lot of investors
Right.
on that end of the spectrum. Um, and so yeah, I mean, it's not like we're not open to it, depending on what their goal
Right.
is.
Right.
hmm Does that make sense the way I
Now,
said it?
from
Okay.
no,
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Absolutely, absolutely, and thank you for mentioning that. If we're looking at timelines here, from the moment someone is potentially looking at land, right? They don't have anything under contract. To hey, they're moving into the home. What
Mhm.
is it? I know it's going to range based on exactly where they're looking for, and the degree maybe to of the home itself. Do they want like an HGTV level home, right,
Right.
versus something that maybe um less high finishes per se. But what is the typical timeline that folks can be expecting?
But, 'cause we actually have that broken out in our tier, in our pricing tier. So just the land part can, be at least 6 to 8 weeks, if not, 3 months, because you definitely don't wanna rush it. And then you talk about the home piece. So,
Yeah.
I mean, a custom built home could be 6 months, it could be a year. It just depends on, like you said, whether they want a HGT home or if they just, want it's not really too they don't have too many specialties or anything like that. So I would say at least 6 months. We know, and excuse me for saying this, like the cookie cutter homes, they're, they built in like
3 months,
3 months.
well, like 3 or 4 months,
3
and
yeah,
that's
3 to
it.
4
Yeah.
months. But you're
You're right.
talking about custom build where they want the floor a certain way, they
Right.
want this type of material,
Right.
right? They may want, a hidden door, they're really,
It's
specifying what they
yes,
want.
definitely specialized.
Yeah.
So
When it's interesting because you mentioned cookie cutter, right? And these are really two distinct segments, luxury custom high-end home versus, if a national corporate builder is putting up lots of homes somewhere. But
mm,
because of that timeline, I can imagine folks may be thinking, well, are we going to be able to wait, right?
right,
Versus, should we just move in someplace, maybe even for now?
right.
Right.
Do folks ever make it part of their plan to say, "Hey, we're building this, custom home over here, but we would like to move over there. Maybe we buy a cookie cutter home and have this for 2 3 years while we're looking at building the custom home." Does that ever happen, or if that was the case, are they just going to rent?
It really depends, on the client customer, what their goals are, what they're looking to do in regards to that. I mean, yeah, I mean, could they rent be closer because they wanna move in this area? Yes. But most time, they're more likely going to go ahead and build that home and live where they living at first, and, and as the process goes, and then they'll move.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, even what I'm saying, it is they prefer to go ahead and have the house built and then move, and, instead of just go
Right.
ahead moving into the area and then and having an additional cost of renting or even buying another home.
Yeah, and,
So
we
these
have.
are
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go
And
ahead.
we have like some people that they may move into a starter home, like especially if they want to be like we mentioned investors, but they have their custom home in mind. So they don't mind staying in an area because their thought process or their vision is like, okay, we're building the custom home. Right. So they're staying there and then they would turn that into like a rental property. So that's kind of where investing, an investor type situation would be involved. But most of the time, yeah, they're willing to stay in like a rental home or I mean, even in a hotel if they can afford it because they know the end result is going to be, what they envision their home.
So, but to answer your question, it really depends on actually the client. No,
Yeah.
it's really a case by case basis on each person.
Now, if we're talking about the resale value of these homes, if we just take right now, it's March 2026. If we're talking, high end luxury custom
Mhm.
built home, what's the typical resale value for one of these homes if it's listed on the market right now? I know there's going to be a range, but what is that range?
I mean, on the high end, you're starting off at half a million. So with you said the value, right? Like kind of like the escrow
Right.
that would be built. Ooh, I mean, it depends. It
Really,
depends
yeah.
on the area.
Right. Especially if they're in that area, that is starting to grow. A
Mhm.
lot of things starting to move out that way. Definitely is going to be significant increase in value based upon that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's coming, like I say, it's coming. It's kind of hard to say at the moment, depending on where the home is located.
Area, the finishings of the home.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I hear it. 500,000 might be that kind of entry point for when it
Right.
starts to be considered,
I
higher
mean,
end. That
yeah, we
that
can
makes
go up to
sense.
two
We are
million.
coming up on time here though. Any new projects that you're working on? And then as well, what's the best way for folks to reach out to you?
Currently, we don't have any new projects at the moment, but we're looking to for customers and clients to reach out to us, and then we can conversate with them. We do have, like I said, we have a website, and we do have a checklist on that website of all the things that we do offer, and pretty much getting to that checklist. It does get to us to get to know who our potential customers are,
Mhm.
and along with what they're looking to accomplish when we are working together. So that's one thing about us. We definitely in this process is just, it's a journey. And one thing about it is that, I mean, when we come together, we pretty much are like a family.
Yeah,
Just like 'cause they pretty much at one point are giving us, a lot of things about them,
mhm.
and they're entrusting a lot in us because of their doing that. We are willing to work as hard as we can to help them get
Yeah.
to that goal.
So if they wanna reach us, they can go to jfbandcompany.com. We spell out "and." So jfbandcompany.com, info@jfbandcompany.com. We're on LinkedIn, JFB and Co. with the ampersand. So, and we're also on Instagram. So there are plenty of ways, to reach us. But yeah, so like you said, we don't have any new projects. We're currently looking at some land actually for us
Right.
personally. But we're definitely welcoming anyone. And like my husband said, we actually do the work. Like we get down and dirty with it. So yeah.
Well, thank you both for coming on the show here today. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for taking the time.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you for
you.
having us.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.